Hello YouTube and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Thank you very much for joining me in this video as we are looking out towards Miami Station from the new bridge that we managed to build over the new approach on the northern side of Miami, which will be allowing us to have multiple freight lines coming in as well as a passenger line. That's what we got up to last episode. In this episode we're actually going to be hopefully connecting up a couple of the freight lines, or I say a couple of the freight lines, one of the freight lines to this, as well as the passenger line from Laredo, however that is pronounced. Since I'm recording this directly after the last episode, I haven't actually managed to confirm how that town is pronounced. We've got the fuel train coming in right under us now. There it is. Sort of in the smoke of it. That's weird because I did actually cough, and yeah, well that happened. Smoke of the train the fumes got to me into my lungs. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Hopefully this works. We haven't quite signalled it all up yet. We've just got the single signal, but we should be able to get this running properly, I hope, very, very soon. So make sure you stay tuned in this video, because that is exactly what we are going to do. Right, it's always easier to do this when it's paused for smoothness, but here we go. What I'm thinking is that before I do anything, I'm going to see what the computer is thinking. What I'm thinking is to find out what the computer is thinking, and the computer is thinking this, and I am thinking maybe not so much of this, but aside from that, the rest of it is pretty good. So we are going to do something very similar to that. I'm also looking at this and seeing what the computer thinks of this, and that is what it thinks of this. Once again, we've got this massive cut into the earth. I don't mind them when they're small. I do not mind them at all when they are small. But aside from that, I do not like having them as such. So I'm going to do this. There we go. We're now climbing upwards. Sort of. It's a small cut, but we are climbing up. And then I will see what the computer wants. The computer wants this. Now, embankments, I'm quite alright with embankments. I do tend to like them. Although that's a lot of embankments. Sure, why not? There's nothing else there. Let's go for it. That is that track done. That's how easy that one was. Simple and efficient. Now, with regards to the other one, I'm thinking of peeling it off here and seeing where this leads. And it does that. I do not mind that. I do not mind that. I do, however, mind a whopping great bridge. And a whopping great embankment too. I'm not particularly fond of that. Okay then. Let's think from here. What does it look like? Okay, that's perhaps not ideal. Let's see what happens if I decide to pull it out from here. What do you want now? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. In fact, there you go. That's it. That's that done. I have no issues whatsoever with that. I'm probably going to have issues with this over here, and yes, I do. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. what we need to do is we need to have this peel off and stay fairly flat to ensure that we do not have the issue. Like that. And then you do the same there. Hopefully that doesn't give us the... That does give us the issue because it's this one that's going upwards. Oh, bother. Okay, well, in that case... Well, suddenly the track's going that way. No. In that case, we will have this come out, and you also stay perfectly flat just for that short bit of time. That's where we need it to be flat to what's going on. Okay, let's do that all again. From here, everybody is going to stay completely and utterly flat up to that point. You stay flat up to that point there. You stay flat up to that point there. You will then follow and stay flat. You will then climb up to there. You will then probably try and smooth that climb out up to there. Okay. That's better. That's better. And then you shall... Alright, that's not great. Have I just ended up with what I was trying to avoid? I think I may just have done that. Not as bad, but certainly not great. I mean, I think it was all the way. But not what went... That's not what I was trying to do at all. However, that has allowed us to complete this line. I am now going to, of course, put the switch here. This is a 160 meter station, is it not? So that should be able to carry a fair amount to and fro. Okay. Let's see what I can do. I want to obviously have the signal here. Let's put the signal in before I forget. There we go. Signal is in. We also need to put a signal here for the freight. And further back for the passenger line. Now, why further back for the passenger line? Because it's the freight that needs to stop, not the passenger line. I also am going to put the crossover for this right here with the stop there. Okay, that's probably a bad idea. Nevertheless, we shall see what will happen. So that allows one train through there, one train through there. Trains, okay, trains going through here. This is where it gets interesting. We want the train stopping there, regardless of what's going on. And I also need trains in that block, regardless of what's going on. So that's about right. And could I do with the train stopping there? I mean, the trains are not... If the trains get much longer, they're not going to be able to stop there. But... Where's the nearest train? Or you? How far do you go? You just about take up my computer screen at that zoom. What zoom's that? 1 One from Max. Okay. That's Max. There's one from Max. It's possible. It is possible to stick a train there. Is that going to be useful for me? Now I'm trying to think about whether that's going to be useful. Probably not. But at least I know the option is there should I require it. Right. In that case, I need to look at any other potential signals I require. There's no way a train's going to fit through that as it crosses over. As it goes that way, so it's just that block there. So that train's going to have to wait. That train will wait there. That's going to be a bottleneck. That's for sure. I found a bottleneck, and that's just how it's going to, unfortunately, have to be. We have got a lot of Laredo covered, which is absolutely fine. I do not want to have bus routes just yet. Do I want them? No, I do not want them just yet. What I do want to do is... What do I want to do? I want to adjust the station so that there's a way for passengers to get underneath, and an overhead canopy on them. There we go. We need that. How do passengers get through? I don't know. I do not know. But anyway, we've got that now done. So what I need to now do is change this to... This is no longer... Alright, do I go to Laredo with this one? No. No, I am not. I'm sticking with that there. The Laredo one is going to be a completely and utterly different route that's going to be set up eventually. And guess what? It's going to pass through this section of the track, or of the map. So this junction here is going to be awesome. I wonder if I could take a train up just out of curiosity. This is not something I've tried, but oh yeah, it does work. Maybe not at that steep an angle, but that's... Let me do something. I'm just going to do something very short, just so I can see. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, that's going to be so awesome once this section is complete. We're going to have to do a lot of planning on that. A lot of planning, but it's definitely possible. I'm going to get rid of that. Probably won't remember to do that, but there we go. If I do, great. If I do not, whoops. In terms of platforms, I mean, we've expanded these, so perhaps we should look at getting others. We've done that one. This one's not happening. So maybe, just maybe, I need to work on getting this correct. And for that, I'm going to have to knock these back. But there's a route that goes through here, isn't there? No, there isn't. There's no route that goes through there. Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I do not know. At this moment in time, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. There and there. That's horrible. Just go away. There we go. There and there. Is that better? That's a lot better. I'll accept that. And then I'm pretty sure this is not possible for me to increase platform lengths. No, everything's just too... It's just not good enough. So we are going to have to think about this. And by think about it, I mean I need to put a large road in here. That much is clear. The problem is, how do I put the large road in? Ooh. The problem is not how I put the large road in, because I have got the large road in. There you go. Job done. Just need to make sure it looks nice. Okay, where do I start? Start there. End there. What do you want to give me? That. It's kind of ugly. Give me something better. Ah, there we go. That's somewhat better. That's even better. That's better still. I'm content to take... Wait for it. I'm content to take that. It's not perfect, but I'm content to take it. So I shall. We will then hook this up to there. This is where things are about to start changing a little bit for... Ooh. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Well, well, well. We are going to have to look into that, that's for sure. Because it's going to essentially knock out everything. Yeah, that's going to knock out all of Miami. Okay, we're not going to do that just yet, but we do have our splendid bridge. And we can happily connect this. That's not the kind of connection I'm really after. The connection I'm after looks more like this for Miami. There we go. That's more like the connection I'm after. Like that, and... Well, that's not it. What? Go away. That's more like the connections that I'm after. Okay, great. So now that we have that new road, we could potentially knock this road out and then I guess connect it up to there. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I'm sorry to the people of Miami, but that's being said, nobody seems to go over to this side. So I suppose it doesn't really matter. Nobody seems to be overly concerned. You've not noticed what's about to happen to your roads. You probably do not care what's happening to your roads. That would be awesome, but also extremely dangerous. So let's not do that, shall we? Oh, let's do that. Road next to railway. Why not? Let's do that and that, and hopefully nothing goes atrociously wrong there. And let's do... No, what am I doing? That's not going to happen because this entire section is disappearing. The whole point of that was to get rid of this entire section. There we go. And now, as you can see, we have the opportunity for expansion. Platforms. Apparently not. Oh, rubbish. I know why. But fine. Be like that. Who cares? No. I'm going to attempt to fix this. Not sure what those signals were for, but fine. Tracks. There, you sit there, you sit there. Platform goes in there. Like that, and then you... Can you connect? Will you connect? Does you connect? Yes, you do. You're a little bit slow. A little bit wobbly, but that's because we're still working on it. Hey. But as... Hello, Gabriel Thompson. I wasn't talking to you, though. There you go, and now we have the opportunity to have longer trains in Miami as well. We could probably do the same for the freight, but I'm not going to do that until I sort out the entire freight setup. That's looking pretty good. Let's have a look further down. So that's been sorted. That's been sorted. Oh yes, that was definitely sorted. That's been sorted. That's been sorted. That's been sorted. And you have not. Okay, well, whilst we are doing this, we might as well very quickly sort this one out. You're probably wondering why I pulled it back so far. Have no fear. Have all the fear. I have just pulled it back this far so that I can have a nice smooth setup, and I am going to go for a full 160 meters on this, and as you can see that this is probably still not far in. No, that's alright, I guess. I would rather put it back slightly further and then take it in like that. That's better. There you go. That's probably as big as a station is going to get for one of these. So that's 160 meters. We are not going to have trains longer than 160 meters long for passengers in this series, just because scale. It looks a bit odd when they are. It just looks odd otherwise. Okay, route still works, good, and it still works along here, and it still works along here where we've just done up to 120. Those are probably going to come back down to 80 very soon. No, that's running fine. This is probably going to need some work. What say you? There you go. You never know. Do with a much longer platform there. That's a full 160, I believe. Are you a full 160? Yes. I'm pretty sure each one of these is 40 meters, so you're a full 160. There's one way of finding out. Hello? 160, please. You are not a full 160. That's a... No, you are. You are 160 meters. There you go. Perfect. So that's what I wanted to know. So that's as big as the station's getting in this place. Norwalk, what's your status? You are also at 160. Could I potentially do buildings, passenger buildings? Yes, I can. We could make this a double-sided station if we wanted to. I want to do that in a number of places then. Concord can have a double-sided station. Norwalk. Baltimore could have one. In fact, everywhere, apart from Miami. Miami, you cannot have one. What you could have is that if there's a terminus here, we could just do that. That would be possible. But anyway, that's all sorted, I believe. what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place the station for the farm. Now, taking a look here, you can see we have 2 farms, one near St. Paul, right, and one near Laredo. This one, if you are one of my patrons, you have access to what's happened. This one, suffice to say, is almost impossible to neatly bring down. So, it is not going to be used. We are going to take the food from here, or the grain from here, all the way. And the way we're going to do it is by creating a train line over here. And there are reasons for this. And there we... Wait, what? Yep, there we go. Right. Come on. No, I don't want to remove 2. I just want to remove that 1. There we go. That single field. Perfect. And there we have it. There's our train line. And that's going to run pretty much from here across here. And yes, this is slightly different to Patreon, or what I did there, but still similar. Over here. Yes, we could make a whopping great bridge if we wanted to. Over this, over that, which is absolutely great. And then all the way into the food section. Now, there's only one small problem with this. We have to cross this track. That is the one and only issue that we are going to face, and that is the issue we're going to be tackling in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2, leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. Also, you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. Here's the new part of Miami. Hopefully people do decide to move into this side. That would be awesome. But that's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time in Transport Fever 2.